Well, hello. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas week. I am super excited. It's like my favorite time of the year. Not just because of family. I don't know. I just love it. Like if you see my gratitude videos every morning, I love doing my gratitude like in front of the Christmas tree. It's just a vibe. I'm gonna post that on my Facebook today. Don't take it from me yet, y'all. Maybe I shouldn't tell you. No, I'm just kidding. But I'm gonna ask people how long they keep their Christmas tree up because I keep mine up until I feel like taking it down, which sometimes I think last year was like April, people started like calling me out. But I just enjoy it. It's a vibe for me. So yeah, Jess, I'm really bad at that too. I can never remember whose is what, and it's horrible. Luckily, I don't have too big of a family, but I'm hosting Christmas this year. So it's my first time hosting. And it'll be interesting. That's for sure. It'll be very interesting. Just leave the tree. Just leave it. All right. So what I want to talk about today, I really want to prepare everybody for 2023. I really want to have you, I think preparation is key when it comes to everything, right? Like Christmas, like wrapping, like all that stuff, right? Last minute people tend to be a little flustered. Like I know that's probably why like you see the last minute shoppers, they're just like grabbing things and going. I'm that person sometimes. Like I grabbed a bunch of stuff at the grocery store the other day and I was like, what the heck am I doing with all this? I don't even know what I'm making. So preparation is everything. And I will piggyback what Jess was saying on Monday. I'm super excited about what we have launching in 2023. I would like to also extend wherever you're watching this from an invitation for you to invite people from your teams, people you know that are doing similar things to you. It's a great way to get accountability. And, especially because most of the things right now that we're doing, we give so much resources for free to people. So just for them to be a part of that group and see what we have launching in 2023 is going to be huge. And I wish I could tell you more, but then we'd be on here for way longer than we need to be. So I want to get a little bit deep today. And Joey, I'm so glad to see that you're on because I was going to talk about you, but then I'm like, I don't know if he'll be here. I watched some of your TikToks and wow, like they're awesome and they are getting so much, I feel like engagement. So kudos to you. And I feel like it's consistent because now every time I go on there, you're the first person I see. So major kudos to you. That's one of the things I want to share about today because I know for a lot of people, they want to do this, they want to do that, but you got to stop playing business and start doing business. You can want everything, you can want to do things, you can want this rank or that rank or this type of freedom. You can say it till you're blue in the face, right? It's like wishing without working. It just doesn't happen like that. Sometimes it does. And God bless those people that they, wish for stuff and it just appears on their lawn. But that's not the case for most things, especially when we are working a business. I feel like most of the time, especially online, posting and praying, things like that. Or when somebody puts a call to action and they're like, well, that didn't work, I'm never doing that again, right? That's like the playing business. And when you're really doing business and you're consistent and you are committed, okay? Because I find lots of people that come on these will like do the challenges we have for 4 or 5 days and they're like, well, that didn't work, so I don't want to do it anymore. We're a very microwave society where if something doesn't work fast, we don't want to do it anymore. And we didn't see results, we don't want to do it anymore. I'm probably the most impatient person you'll meet. I'm just being honest. I gave my kid his birthday present like a week and a half before it was his birthday. He's still just like thinks I didn't give him a birthday present though, so never again. Um, I'm very impatient when it comes to that. So I understand that. But long-term growth, like I think about when I started going live, it was probably like a couple years before I had people like really asking me about things off of my lives, like really engaging with my call to action. And I think about it so much because if I would have quit doing them just because it was uncomfortable, just because it was taking a long time, it wouldn't be so easy for me now to do it. It wouldn't be so consistent for me now to do it. And things like when TikTok dropped, I would have been scared out of my mind because I'd never picked up a phone before, right? And looked at it in my own face. And I find that's what people's biggest problem is with Facebook Lives or recordings or Reels or TikToks is y'all have a problem looking at your own face. I don't know why. You're the most beautiful person. Like it's okay. Cover the camera if you have to. But I know people get so freaked out about like staring at themselves. And I'm like, hey, I'd rather stare at myself than, I don't know, could be worse things you stare at. So I want you to really think about when when we talk today for the next 20 minutes. What are you doing?
Closing the door.
If it's not Zane, it's Haas. If it's not Haas, it's Bentley. Somebody's always distracting me in this house, I swear. What are you doing out there, playing the maracas? What do you close the door for? Yeah, he just breathes loud. So I want you to really be honest with yourself about your social media. You can feel free to put it in the comments if you want to. Sorry, I didn't even realize there was all that going on in there. Yes, Jenny, I will just poke at Joey really quick. Like, Joey figured out what his superpower is, and Joey is running with it. Joey knows exactly how to reach his ideal audience, and he should run with it from here. And I'm not just saying that because he got a lot of engagement on TikToks. You can just tell the comfortability of what he's doing and talking about and where it's going to go. So yeah, definitely, if you want to see some things like that, maybe he can throw it in there for you so that you can just get an idea, right, of like what people are, because I know when people hear like niche and ideal client, it's kind of a broad statement to you. So some of the stuff I'm going to talk about today will be able to help you like rationalize that a little better and be able to put yourself in a spot. And yesterday, I was lucky enough, Jess invited me to this mastermind that she's in, and I think it was like an hour. Honestly, I don't know. It felt like 15 minutes of like fire hose. Like it was fire. I was typing notes because I couldn't write fast enough. I was like, I know I can type fast. I'm just going to type the notes. So a lot of the stuff that I had already written up for today, I was like, I'm going to go in and add this stuff because she just said some fire things on there. And one of the things that she was talking about, and I want to remind you, she's huge online. So everything that she says, if she told me to go on, I was going to say something that I should not say on the Zoom, but if she told me to do anything on live, I would probably do it. So I would probably do it just because she's the type of person that I follow, because I want to have the type of following. Just honestly too, like the people in there were such a vibe. And that's why I feel like, I think it was Kelly just said in there, mine is more fear of mean people, is we are so like, when you think of ideal client, right? Or you think of ideal like prospect that you would want in your business or even in your life, right? The fear of not even just mean people, fear of just like people in general, right? Like judging and all that kind of stuff. That's because we're focused on wanting to please everyone. We're trying to focus on like, okay, maybe you don't know who that direct person is for you. So you're doing the kind of like big thing. I'm just going to post and hope that like that person comes to me, right? And if you just directed more towards that person, more towards one of the things I started doing, because I saw someone else that I follow doing it too, every time. And again, if you're not faith driven, figure out a way to do this for yourself. But I am. So every time I get on, I pray that God just directs my message to the right person. I pray that he finds that right person for my message and it gets through to them, so that I don't know, it just makes me feel a little bit better about who I am relating to as far as my ideal client. And for me too, I have like people, like Jess was saying too, but I have like my person written down exactly like what she does. She's self-motivated, she's coachable, she is disciplined, because that's very important to me. Like I was saying, if I give you like a 21-day live challenge and you quit on the third day, we're not going to vibe, because I'm going to be like, you're a quitter, like come on, don't quit. So this quote too, I just saw this morning, which is gonna be really good about, because Christian said she just has the same problem too. And I want you to just think of this: average people worry about everybody liking them. Successful people worry about the right people loving them. So just try to worry about the right people loving you. Everybody's always got something to say, especially if it's negative. So you almost have to, especially when we're starting to go on TikTok, because that's going to be some of the things that we're doing in 2023, is the people on TikTok, they're out cold. I just want to let you know that. So you do have to grow tougher skin before you start showing up there. I don't even know. These like 12-year-olds, they're behind the keyboard and they're just saying mean stuff. At first I was like, oh, this is horrible. Then I was like, you know what? Whatever. They're just mad about their own life. They're just bored. It is what it is. You'll start to grow that tougher skin. And that also will help you too when you're talking to people. It's not going to bother you what you're saying. A lot of times we're like, oh, is what I'm saying about to be offensive, right? I was telling my brother yesterday, my favorite thing is when people start a conversation with, so don't be offended by this. I'm already offended. Like, don't even start that way, right? Like, so someone's going to find a way to be offended, especially the people who want to be. And you can't live in fear of your business and fear of sharing what you have and being super loud about it, because you're scared of like what people are going to think and say, right? And one of my favorite ones is like, do they pay your bills? Do they make you happy? right? They probably just bring you down more than anything. They make you not want to play big. They make you not want to dream big. They make you think that what you're doing is not capable or possible. And we all have those people in our lives. I'm sure Justin say the same thing. We've all had mean people comment on our stuff, message me. I've had we can say that for another week, but I've had like some messages I could bring up to you that probably made me cry at that time. But looking back, I'm like, I got tough skin now. So one of the things she was talking about last night that I've talked about here, and I really want to stress it in 2023, is showing up on more than one platform. Like showing up, not just being on it and scrolling and trolling, but actually showing up. And that's why, like, literally at the top of my notes, it says stop in large letters, stop playing business and start doing business. Because that's the truth. If you really want something more out of 2023, and I have a couple pieces of homework for you, but one of them that I want you to do is I want you to write down like your top 3 things that you want off social media in 2023. Maybe it's just like, not just, okay, but for me, right, it's going to be like that my brand is so clear on my social media. My content is directed in my brand only. I want at least 100,000 followers on TikTok. I have it in front of me. That's why I'm reading off of it. But I want you to do like 3 things, fold it up. Mine is more what I want 2023 too, but I'm going to fold it up and I'm going to put it in my desk drawer. And you don't have to look at it all the time, but you can look at it every once in a while. And I guarantee, which I don't like to use very often, but if you take this next year to be super serious on your social media, that at least one of those goals will come to fruition. 100%. At least one of them will. But you've got to do more than wish that it's going to happen, or move your mouth and be like, I really want to do this. I really want to do that. Like, because I really want a nanny and to live on a glass house in Bali. But if I don't do something about it, it's not just going to be like dropped on my porch. Like, here you go. That would be lovely though, if someone wants to do that. So that is one of your pieces of homework. 3 things, however you want, fold it up and put it somewhere, because I want you to open that like closer to the end of 2023 and see what things you brought to fruition, but only if you stayed consistent. Because too many people write down, I want to go live more. And then at the end of the year, they open it up and they're like, well, I barely went live this year. You barely tried. And I'm going to be a little tough love today, because I feel like a lot of people say, well, this isn't really working, but are you working? It's like those ones as people say, network marketing doesn't work. No, you didn't work. It can 100% work if you work it. It can also 100% not work if you don't work it. Just like anything else, right? Like there's always work that has to be put in if you want really good results. One of the other things I was thinking about when we're talking about social media, and I know this is a big reason people tend to like run away from it, is low engagement. Like they're saying, you know, oh, my engagement is really low right now. What can I do to make it higher? I want you to ask yourself, have you been asking them to do something? Have you been asking for engagement? Do you direct a call to action? Or are you kind of just like making motivational quotes about your sales, quotes about like 2023, I'm excited for you. Start asking people to comment, and that they will. Simple things, right? Like perfect one, like I said here this morning, like, do you have everything wrapped yet? Are you A, B, or C? And allow people to say A. You'll have more fun with it too. Some people are like, oh my gosh, I haven't even started shopping yet. And I'm like, you're nuts, dude. But it's engagement, right? It's a way to start getting people engaged. And especially if you're going to get serious right now, it's preparation, right? You want to start having people looking at your stuff now, because when you brand hard in 2023, you want all the eyes on you. When you start going consistently posting, consistently live, consistently TikToking, reels, all that kind of stuff, because a lot of the stuff that we have in 2023 for you guys, I don't want to say too much, but it will be places like you're going to show up everywhere. Your face is going to be everywhere if you consistently stay on board with us and towards your goals and whatever you want to do in this business, right? However far you want to go. But if you stay consistent on here, on social media, I'm like on here, this is social media to me, Zoom basically, you are going to get the results you're looking for. So one of the things, okay, so when she talked about being on 2 different platforms or more than one platform yesterday, right? And when I said no scrolling and trolling, because lots of people tell me, well, I'm on TikTok, and it's like, most of you I follow, and I go to your thing and there's no videos posted. So I want you to recollect that. Go to your battery usage. And if you're on there for more than an hour every single day and you don't post on there, I need you to take a serious look in the mirror and be like, this year, especially the people, okay, this is what kills me. The people that don't post on TikTok, but they post on Reels. Just take the reel and put it on your TikTok. Stop playing business, start doing business. It's not working because you're not working it. It's clearly there, and it's not that hard. I just need people to understand. And this is one of the things I think really kills people too. Because a lot of people say, oh, that sounds overwhelming to you, right? And I really need you to, this is where I need you to like think about what you want off your social media and for your business. Is it overwhelming, or is it just something that you need to learn how to do because it's out of your comfort zone? Because I think it's the second one, not the first one. It's not that overwhelming. You just are going to have to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. Maybe take off like 15 minutes of Netflix time, right? Like there is somewhere where you can gain an extra couple minutes to save a reel and post it. If you have to lock your door while you're in the bathroom so no one bothers you for 10 minutes to say like, I'm pooping, don't stop. Sometimes that's what I have to do, because like Zane will be like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm in the bathroom, dude. What do you mean? It is not overwhelming. It's just a lack of you wanting to get out of your comfort zone, which I understand is very uncomfortable, but that's where things happen and things shift. And you're going to be like, oh, Sydnee was right. That really wasn't that hard. That was super easy. Like, and then it will become second nature for you. Every time you post a reel, you're doing it on TikTok. Every time you post. And I just saw this yesterday. I was telling Jess this, and I think I'm just going to start saying more things out loud. I posted a TikTok, and then it was like, do you want to connect your TikTok to your Facebook? And I was like, well, why would I want to do that? Are they like going to start connecting my videos for me? So I connected anyway. And it was talking about Reels cross posting to Facebook. And I was like, hallelujah, hallelujah. Because then you're just posting in one spot and it's going to cross post on different platforms for you. So I was like, wow, that there's no excuse then. There's no reason you can't be just, if you're not already creating them. And again, I don't know why people are so scared of TikToks. Really, if you can figure out a reel on Instagram, you just save it and repurpose it, right? And 2023, one of the challenges that we're doing, the 21 days, I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this, so sorry, but one of them is going to be all TikTok, everything. Like I'm spilling the goods on that one. Like, and I'm super excited about it because I'm going to do it right there with you. And one of my goals is more than 100,000 followers. So I'm going hard. And I want to bring everybody with me because I know where eyes are, right? Like I know where they are. And TikTok is the new Google. Am I right? Like if I need something, I don't even go to Google anymore. I can go on there and it's like impressive the things that like people think of. Did you guys know if you take a sandwich bag and you cut it in half, that it closes on each side and you make 2 snack bags? I didn't know that. So my mom sent it to me because I'm always complaining I don't have snack bags for Zane. So anyway, that's beside the point. That's where the eyes are. That's where people are going to search things. That's where people are going to go work from home opportunities, passive income opportunities, streams of income, right? So that's why I'm going to teach you all about how to be seen, what things you can use and do. But if you're overwhelmed right now about like Instagram Reels, or you're overwhelmed right now about posting on your Facebook, I want you to like decompress during this holiday and say, what do I really want? Do I really want to grow this thing? Do I really want to grow my business? Do I really want to scale social media and my brand? Another thing that she brought up last night, and I think it's going to be great because everything was like paralleling or correlating. I don't know. My brain is like ding ding today with kind of the stuff that Jess and I are launching in 2023. But is your content directed towards your brand? Take a serious look at the last couple things you've posted maybe in the last week. Is it on brand with what you're doing? I think about too, and Jess was basically telling you guys last week or the week before about her mentor telling her to take a post down. That's something that I think about very often. I'll go to make a post and I'm like, this is totally off brand, not doing it. I'll call my mom and tell her for a second and then be done with it, or call your accountability partner and be done with it. Sometimes we're on there and we're like, oh, but this is, what I really want to post, or I feel passionate about, or maybe you're mad and you just want to make a post, right? Like, I get it. We're all there, but is it on brand with what you want? Is it on brand with you? Is it on brand? Is it valuable too? Like sometimes we make posts and we do things because we're in the moment, or maybe we're just mad that somebody cut us off. So we want to go live and say like, don't cut people off this time of year, you Grinch, blah. Does that bring value to someone? Right? Are they going to be like, oh, that's life-changing, I'm going to go home and like write about that? Probably not. They're probably just going to jump on that negativity train with you and be like, yeah, I let people ride my butt so they can smash into me and we have a great day. I don't know. That is something I like to do. not get smashed into, but people ride my butt. So another piece of homework for this week. Sorry, I'm giving you 2, but I think this is pretty good stuff. You have until next Wednesday Okay. A week from today. And if I were you, I'd just grab the bull by the horns and do it sooner than later, because the later you wait, the more procrastination is going to happen. Go live about your brand. I don't care if you already have your brand. You can even say you're relaunching your brand. Like, I want you to start establishing authority when you're getting on there. Hey, I'm Sydnee Sleiman. Hey, it's your girl, Sydnee Sleiman. I'm adding new people every day. I cannot assume that someone knows that who I am. Or, hey, remember last week no, they just started following you. They don't remember last week. Get on there every single time like you're introducing yourself in a new BNI. Hey, it's, this from Michigan, or it's Kelly, your favorite farm mom. That's just something I was thinking about. But, things like that like start being on brand that people are going to start remembering. Like, you ever hear people when they have, like a full brand, they get on, they're like, hey, it's me. I always think of the No Shame Sales Game. She goes, it's Kristen Nichols, the heartbeat of direct sales growth community. Every single time she said that, like, it's cute, right? You establish your authority, but you're also on point with your brand. 100%. So in the next week, you've got the next week, right? I need you to start saying that you're a business owner. I need you to start asking the hard questions, to start saying the hard things, to stop playing business and start doing business. I'm sure most of us, and I'm just being honest because I'm your biggest hype person. I'm sure Jess too agrees. Like, we're your biggest cheerleaders. We're here 100% to help you, not to hurt you. But I guarantee most of y'all have not gone live or made a post or anything for that matter in the last 30 days, really about your brand and your business and what you're doing. And I'm not saying I sell leggings. This is how I've been doing it. I love them. I'm saying, you say, like, I am an entrepreneur. I help people make money online. Like, something that's going to make someone go, it's attractive, right? Curiosity. It's going to make someone go, oh, I would love to do what she's doing. You give them all the kitchen, they're not going to ask for anything, right? You got to give them a snack. And then they're like, oh, okay, I want to try that. I want to see what that's about. So that's why I like lives too. It's less awkward for me than when I make a post. It's a lot easier for me to just get on and say what I do. Hey, this is what I do. It's created freedom for me for this long. I used to do this, which I find is very relatable. She said something last night and I freaking loved it. When you are confused about who your ideal client is, I want you to think back to who you were before you started becoming who you are. That exact person, right? I think about Sydnee in Dollar Tree 7 years ago, 8 years ago. What was she thinking about? What did she need? She needed personal development. She needed community. She needed somebody who was going to believe in her more than she believed in herself. If sometimes when we're talking about this place we are now on social media and we're never talking about this place we were, they can't relate to the now. Those people are walking right past the now because they don't see that. And that's why I say, if you go on and you start talking about your brand and who you are, talk about where you came from so people can get to know you and get to understand too where you came from and understand that there's a possibility for them as well. And I guarantee most of you guys haven't done that in a while, because I know I haven't. I always have to talk to people about it whenever I make a post about Dollar Tree. They're like, you used to work at Dollar Tree? Do you know why? My favorite one. Do you know why everything went up $1.25? No, I haven't worked there in 7 years. Absolutely not. I don't own it either. I'm sorry. If I could change it, I would. It made me mad too. So I want you to hop on when you're feeling most hyped, because energy is everything. Okay. You never see me get on a live and go, hi, it's Sydnee. It's Monday. Today sucks, but here I am because Sydnee's making me do this. No, you got to be hype, hey, and I don't care if you got to chug a pre-workout before you get on there or just amp yourself up, but be hype, because energy is everything. People are going to buy into super energy that they love. And I don't want you to feel like every single person on there is going to say something to you, because remember, average people are worried about everybody liking them. Successful people are worried about the right people loving them. There's a big difference. I would rather have 5 people loving me than 100 people just kind of liking me, right? Because those 5 people who love me are like the ride or dies, people you call if you need anything, that will do anything. Those are the people when you join a business, they're like, I don't care what you're selling, I'll do it with you because it's you, right? So another thing I was thinking about when I was kind of talking about some of this stuff too, and what, especially when it comes to content directed towards your brand, I need you to take 30 days to sticking to it. 30 days to consistently talking about you and your personal brand in 2023. Can start now if you want to. That would be the best idea. But don't go and do it twice. And I went live twice and nothing happened. That's not really putting in the work, right? That's just kind of trying. I made 2 TikToks and they didn't get any views. That happens to me all the time. I don't quit, because there might be the next one that will, the next one that will, the next one that will. I have a lot of notes because I always do. So, okay. 2 pieces of homework. The first one is you're going to write 3 things that you want to happen for you on social media in the next year. I mean, I'm talking hairy, scary things. Don't say I want to grow my friend list by 200. You could do that tomorrow. You just being a lazy bum. Like some really good things. And even if you don't get close in the next year, at least you had it, on your thing, on your goals. Some things might not happen in the next year. Maybe it's 2 years, but like how cool. That's why I love having vision boards. Because when I pull things off there, I'm like, man, I probably never thought that was going to happen, but it did. And then the second one is to go live in the next week about your personal brand. Maybe you just say, hey, I'm relaunching this, and stop caring about what every Tom, Dick, and Harry thinks in your company, in your upline, in your sideline. They're like, who is this person? What are they doing? I am rebranding, okay? It's like a tree in the Christmas time, in the winter time. All the leaves come off, the branches come off. It looks like a little lonely thing. And then in the fall, everything comes back. Okay, just tell them you're a tree right now. You're letting everything fall off and you're regrowing, you're recoloring, you're redoing all the everything. Because you can't worry about what everybody's thinking and doing. You really have to, we're going to push this hard in 2023 because no matter what happens, if you have a personal brand that is so strong, you can go and do and be anything. You can sell just your brand. And I'm sure a lot of you would just love that. I just had someone come to me and ask me for opinion about something. And I was thinking in my head, I need to start charging for my opinion. What the heck? If I got people messaging me, like I need to start charging for my opinion. They're like, oh, I wanted to ask you first. And it's like, okay. Like I heard this girl last night on the mastermind. She's like $1,000 for 20 minutes. I'm like, okay, I'm not there yet, but maybe like one day that's a goal for me. Okay. So just when you are doing anything as far as social media, I need you to just think about you and your goals and what you want. That's why I keep post-it notes of everything I want in front of me in my computer, because I do not care what anybody else wants. I am tunnel vision on what I want and where I'm going. And in 2023, I really want you to take your personal brand to the next level on social media, like all you, designed all you. I would love it if someone had to come ask you what you did because they were like, you're all you, like, what do you do? And then you can tell whatever you're doing that vibes with them. You know what direction to take that person at that point, but they're coming to you, for your brand. Not because you have like the hottest new cell phone, right? For you and your brand. Because that can always be sold 10 times over. So I'm going to put a thread too in the Hustle and Slay page. That way, if you are doing the live and you want to get some support on your brand, or maybe even some advice from someone, like I'm perfectly fine. I was going to launch something too, but I'll do it in there. I'm perfectly fine with looking at anybody's lives and like going through. But actually, I have 1 second, so I'll tell you. I made a Google Doc. I'm going to put it in there and I'm going to put it in the Hustle and Slay page. And so if you want what I want to do over Christmas break, because I enjoy doing stuff like this, I'm going to like check out your Facebook or your Instagram or your TikTok. Like if you want to, you pick one, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, like bio, page, all that kind of stuff. I'll just give it like a Botox for you if you want to do that. So I'm going to post that in the Hustle and Slay page. If you want to tag somebody in there that maybe you just know wants to revamp their stuff and you want me to take a look at it, depending on how many we get, maybe I could do like some hot seat thing like Jess did. And that way everybody can kind of get ideas. Cause I know it's not for everyone. Maybe you're a little scared, but it's okay. I'm not gonna be hard on you. Again, we're here to help you, not to hurt you. So I'll post that in there and you can fill that out over the next couple weeks. I hope you guys have a Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Enjoy some time with your family and I'll see you next time.